risky as it gets on defense. One of the most underrated players in the game. A battle of upstarts tonight. Both teams want to win, but also want to develop young talent. Brent, at this stage, is one goal more important than the other?
Yeah, I think development is first and foremost for each of these teams, Kevin. And sometimes you can learn more from losing than you can from winning. I was always told as a player growing up, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. The team right here with developing young talent needs to make sure that they adhere to that.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. We've got Hardaway, Paul Millsap out there with Peja Stojakovic. And there's Byron Scott, and it's Lanier in at the 5.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one, Kevin. Tough to defend against.
Millsap a screen. Here's Hardaway. Buries it down low.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Stockton kicks to Hudson. That one misses. Great D that time from Stojakovic. From deep. And the three ball is good. Stojakovic has got his first 3 points of the game.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Duncan kicks to Hudson. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Duncan with a screen on Hardaway. Stockton's shot is off.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Brent, some pressure on the Pelicans front office and coaching staff to win now.
Well, Alvin Gentry has dealt with a lot of injuries surrounding Anthony Davis in his short tenure with the Pelicans, and it took a little while for the organization to confirm that the upper management and coaching staff would be back for this season, so it feels a bit tenuous. Hopefully they can get themselves together and be one of the teams with that kind of talent that finds their way into the postseason this year.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Millsap a screen. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And there's the pass to Stojakovic. Shot clock at 6. He used that pick just right. Stojakovic has got 6 points.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Puts it up from 12. He can't hit that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And no issues with how they played. I mean, the problem simply is they just couldn't finish.
Maybe the post-game comments will be about playing a 50-minute game. They could have used 2 more minutes in this one.
Hudson kicks to Stockton. Off target from three-point range. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 12-3 run. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Look, they're not going to play a perfect game, but so far they are 5 of 5, and the D has to be concerned.
Outside Roy. Duncan at the elbow. It's hauled in by Stojakovic.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And that one, good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And that was a game where you just sensed that they would get it going and somehow be able to come out with the victory, but just not in the cards on that night.
No, in the end, not even close to being in the cards. Maybe there was some hope for them early on, but by the fourth quarter, people filed out.
And he gets it to go. New Orleans leading by 9. Hardaway passes to Lanier. Back to Hardaway. Here's the screen. It's stolen by Duncan. Hudson dishes to Roy. Shoots over Scott. And slam dunk by Haywood.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Pass to Hudson. And the officials call a traveling violation. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Nuggets.
And no doubt they relied upon that three-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 16-7 run. Hardaway kicks to Millsap. Dishes to Stojakovic. Rebound by Stockton. The Nuggets trail by 7.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Here's Stockton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
New Orleans leading by 5. Scott the pass to Stojakovic. From the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. Stojakovic has got 9. And Alvin Gentry, coach under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix, helped install elements of that offensive system with the Golden State Warriors.
Well, tough last year because their point guard missed most of training camp, Drew Holiday, so you try to establish a good offensive continuity during that time of the year, and that didn't exist. The amazing thing under Alvin Gentry is after making a massive trade during the All-Star break, this team got into the top 10 in terms of their defensive rating. That's impressive stuff.
The Nuggets trail by 8. And it's Denver scoring again. Hardaway with it. Last game he had 13. Millsap sets the pick for Hardaway. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to show you the teams leading the league in assists this season. 5th on the list, the Pelicans.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Pass to Roy. Launches it. Can't hit that one. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. And here is Hardaway. His scoring numbers are pretty strong. He's up there at 21 points a game on average. 5 to shoot. Outside Stojakovic. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. He's got 12.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here because at this point he is so dialed in. You got to get him off his spots.
They set the pick. Millsap a screen on Stockton. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Paul Millsap. Getting around 12 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
Passes it to Nixon. Duncan, a screen. Here's Daniels. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Daniels has got his first bucket in this one.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Baker kicks to Stojakovic. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Brent, you certainly grew up around basketball. Your dad was a legend. Your brothers certainly played at a very high level. What What kind of advantage do you think that gave you, if any, as your career was progressing?
That's funny, Kevin. I can't get away from it. I'm sitting next to you now, and we're watching basketball. So
I know it. Here it is.
The advantage, I think, is just absorbing all of that stuff. Maybe on a subconscious level, that you're taking in everything about what the profession was going to represent for you, if in fact you got there. And thank goodness I did.
Well, I always sensed you had a very wide view. Your lens was always wide, capturing as much as you could gather.
Yeah, it was like a 10 to 22 on any camera.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Miller, the pass to Nixon. Duncan dishes to Miller. There's a good screen. Drew, that's in, coming off an assist from Miller.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Jones, the pass to Lanier. Shoots from the high post. Baker. And it's Denver with the rebound. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
Miller, the pass to Nixon. And Jones sends it back. Stojakovic kicks to Jones. Now, here is Stojakovic. Guarded closely.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Miller outside. Here's Drew. Drills the three-pointer. Drew's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Nuggets.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
They get it back. Second chance shot. Great D that time from Duncan.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Snatched up. And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Big Daddy's checked in for the Pelicans. And it's tied up with that one. New Orleans has gone 4 of 5 from three-point land to get things going here in the first. And it's Stojakovic missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Miller, no luck. The Pelicans shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. The pass to Big Daddy. There's the pick. Off the pick. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Daniels, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Griffith, covered by Miller. Griffith can't get it to go.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Drew passes to Nixon to the inside.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Griffith. Pelicans keep it alive. Outside, Jones. Here's Griffith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Tries yet again, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Here's Drew. They get it back.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
We come back right after this. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And looking at what we... New Orleans has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. They've got Drew. Duncan is out there with Big Daddy, and it's prime time. And it's Miller in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Brent, the Nuggets team, a very good group when it comes to rebounding.
Well, they don't have a team that's really much bigger than the opponents that they play with, but they stay very active, and they don't seem to give up on a lot of plays. Actually, last season, they got about 30% of all their missed shots back, so their damage was done on the offensive end. Defensively, you want to get a stop by ending it with the rebound. That's where their focus needs to be this year.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Here's Griffith and Miller with the block. They get it back. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Baker. Shot clock at 6. Over Daniels. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Baker's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, the turnaround jumper. That was just beautiful.
The feed to Daniels. Here's Duncan. He can't get that one. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to Baker. Here's Griffith. Open jump shot off the mark.
The human aspect of basketball. You cannot fault the shot selection. He had a clean look. You just can't make them all.
Drew misses. Pelicans leading by 4. Here's Mitchell. And he can't bank that one in. Miller outside. Passes it to Drew. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, they're really trying to sell it out there, but the official he ain't buying.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Haywood's checked in, and Hudson subbed in for Miller. On the wing, Jones. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Fader on the way. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Hudson kicks to Hayward. Here's Primetime, defended by Jones. Here's Drew. The Nuggets with another miss.
And the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
Baker with the bucket. Baker's got his second bucket.
That's some good interior passing, and that's how you move it on the inside.
To the left side wing. They need this one. Offensive rebound. Daniel. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Brent, each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses. But if you needed someone to drop a play to get you one bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So
yes.
I could get James Harden to the line, and then one LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
And doing their best to maximize possessions, just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
And it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Take a look at Mike Malone as he made the switch from the Sacramento Kings and made his way to the Rocky Mountain, and he's got these fans on a high. He wants a lot from his players. He's got a lot of youth on this roster and is treating each one of them fairly until one steps out as a superstar for the Nuggets.
And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Pick by Haywood. Here's Stockton. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Stockton's got his second basket of the night. With this young roster that Malone is charged with, he has made some adjustments and rewarded players for stepping up to the task.
I think that's what you need to do with a young roster, but also Mike Malone, Kevin, I think is learning a bit more about how he wants to coach. He's learning a bit about these young players himself, so they have a nice bit of symmetry that's building around this basketball team that could produce a lot of successful seasons under his tenure.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Hardaway dishes to Scott. Here's the screen.
That screen.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
Stockton kicks to Roy. Shoots over Scott. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Roy.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
Hardaway kicks to Mitchell. Over Hudson. Not enough on that one as it misses. Denver's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And Daniels now top of the key. Roy with it. He's picked up by Millsap. It's tipped. They get it back. That's in, and the Pelican lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Daniels. Hardaway against Stockton. Outside Hardaway. Off the pick. And it's Hardaway slamming it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Hudson. The step back jumper is good. Hudson's got 5 now.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Outside Millsap. There's the dish to Hardaway. Hardaway, no good.
Got to make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. Defense was just okay.
Hudson kicks to Stockton. He dishes it to Hudson. Over Mitchell, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Nuggets have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
New Orleans making a switch here. Stojakovic is checked in. Millsap a screen on Stockton. Hardaway kicks to Millsap. And it's the Nuggets ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Stockton passes to Roy. Pick by Haywood. High post try. Yep, it goes in. The Pelican lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Roy.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Outside, Scott. There's a screen over Roy. Scott can't get it to go.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Pick by Haywood. Stockton dishes to Haywood. Over Hardaway. That's in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Haywood. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Outside, Scott. Here's Hardaway, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Stockton kicks to Daniels. Pick by Haywood. From the baseline. Offensive rebound. Nice D from Scott. New Orleans leading by 3. Hardaway with it. He's picked up by Roy. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists tonight.
But when a guy like Paul Millsap gets inside, sometimes your best efforts on D aren't going to mean much.
Stockton passes to Haywood. Here's the 3. It's good from long range. Stockton's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, a great battle last year as the season finished off between the Nuggets and Blazers to make the playoffs. Denver did not. So they made some trades, tried to make a push. This year they've got to make some improvements and maybe find themselves in one of those top 8 slots to play in the postseason.
Scott against Roy. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Paul Millsap picks one up. The Nuggets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And that one falls for Roy. Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the 3, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram. I find it amazing, though, don't you?
I really do. And to say that the game is not better than it was, watching what these young players are capable of, and I'm just talking purely in terms of their skill. The game has come a long way. Happy to see it.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Duncan kicks to Haywood. Back to Duncan. Pick by Haywood. Feeds to Roy. Over Hardaway. And Denver again with the bucket. And here are the Pelicans now. Off the screen, and then Hardaway with the dunk. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
Roy goes in, tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. Roy's got 9.
Yeah, his shooting has been on target here in the second frame after not being able to get anything going in the first.
Baker kicks to Stojakovic. Lanier, the pass to Jones. Off target at the rim. Here's Primetime. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Duncan, and again it's Denver.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Yeah, he's certainly able to shoot over the top of people. High percentage look right there from the mid-range.
And the first half comes to a conclusion.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Hey again,
Show.
y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets? And that...
The lights of downtown Denver shimmering in the background as we welcome you back to the Mile High City and the Pepsi Center. Welcome back, everyone. On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. They've got Scott. Stojakovic is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Lanier in at the 5. Clock at 6. Three-pointer, Stojakovic. Pelicans keep it alive. Lanier, no good. The Nuggets leading by 3. It's Roy on the wing, defended by Scott. Unloads from 13. Another miss by Roy. Well, for New Orleans, shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Stojakovic kicks to Hardaway. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Nuggets shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Stockton outside. Kicks it to Haywood. Outside Roy. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish. They look frustrated, 0 for 3. Not how you want to start the third quarter.
Here's Roy. And slam dunk by Haywood.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
Duncan, a screen. Here's Hudson. They get it back. Outside for Stockton. Another 3 for Denver.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lanier, the pass to Hardaway. There's the screen. Stojakovic against Hudson. Clock at 4. And it's Stojakovic missing. Denver leading by 10. Right wing from the arc. Another 3 for Denver.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Lets the 3 fly. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Stockton dishes to Haywood. He feeds it to Hudson. Duncan with a screen on Stojakovic. Here's Hudson. The putback.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pelicans trail by 12. Hardaway kicks to Scott. Dishes it to Hardaway. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Hardaway against Stockton. Here's Roy. And there's another one for the Nuggets. New Orleans has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Millsap a screen. Millsap a screen on Stockton. Outside Hardaway. There's the pick. 3-pointer, Stojakovic. Denver grabs the miss. Haywood's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Stockton kicks to Roy. Duncan against Millsap. Second shot opportunity. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Drew's checked in for Denver. Big Daddy's checked in for the Pelicans. Millsap a screen on Stockton. Deflects the pass. Here's Big Daddy. And again, no good by New Orleans. And it's the Nuggets ball. They're on an 18-5 run here. Here's Drew. 8 points for him. Now, here is Stojakovic. The baseline J. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Daniels, he's checked in for the Nuggets. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Hudson kicks to Duncan. And there's the pass to Hudson. Fires at the elbow. And it's Denver scoring again.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
He kicks to Daniels. Drew passes to Stockton. Duncan with a screen on Scott. Here's Hudson. The putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 16.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And a look here at the shot chart for the Pelicans.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Tries again, and the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Wasted no time on that one. Hudson's got 15.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
To the left wing. Here's Stockton. Tries again. Duncan misses.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's Drew. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Griffith. No good with the triple.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now, a bit out of rhythm. And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters fishing with dynamite.
Pass to Big Daddy. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Mike Miller's checked in for Denver. Primetime comes in for John Stockton. Baker, he's checked in for New Orleans. Jones comes in for Scott. Here's Drew. Off target with his 3. Pelicans trail by 16. Here's Jones. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Duncan's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Pass to Drew. There's the screen. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Now Stojakovic. He's got 20. Here's Griffith over Miller, cans the 12-footer. Griffith has got 5 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Duncan. Pelicans with the rebound. Stojakovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. There's the feed to Jones. Here's Griffith. On target from 13 feet. Griffith has got 12 in the game.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
Miller outside. Pass to Drew. Back to Miller. 5 on the clock. Shoots the three. Cans it from downtown. 14 points for Jay.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys, 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. One of the top stories here, Tim Duncan getting it done today.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
The natural, he's checked in for Drew. Knocked away. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And checking out the numbers for Hardaway. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Putting up about 25 points per game, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
Here's Lanier, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Lanier's got his second basket.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Over to the wing. Here's Primetime. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And with this break, why don't we check out the hottest shooting point guards over the last month? The Nuggets have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. No good on the free throw. New Orleans making a switch here. Scott's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws. Pelicans trailed by 13. Hardaway kicks to Stojakovic. Right side Hardaway. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Lanier. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. This is his first free throw of the game.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Nuggets leading by 11. Outside Roy. There's the dish to Miller. Outside Roy. Here's Nixon. Denver the rebound.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Shots good by Stojakovic. Stojakovic has got 22.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Roy. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 16-6 run. There's a good screen. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by Duncan.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Left side, Miller. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Denver making a switch here. Haywood's checked in. So he gets them both. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hardaway kicks to Baker. 3-pointer, Stojakovic drills it from outside. Stojakovic has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Pelicans. Here's prime time. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And again, Denver no good. And so it's Denver in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in. We got to guard, okay?
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. The Nuggets leading by 8. Prime time is out there with the natural. Then there's Duncan. Then it's Miller, and it's Haywood in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Inside, and slam dunk by Haywood.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Hardaway kicks to Baker. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Denver shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Stojakovic against Miller. He dishes it to Duncan. Duncan, a screen. Here's Nixon. Pelicans with the rebound.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And the 3 ball is good. Stojakovic has got 28 points for the game.
Well, he should be playing this game with an apron on because he's cooking right now.
Miller outside. Here's prime time. Feeds it to Haywood. 6 on the shot clock. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
That one is off.
And only about 60% from the line for the game. They shot it better in that first half, but have fallen apart here in the second half.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Baker.
And that one miss shouldn't be too costly because he was able to make it a 2-possession game.
Down low, Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
Smart play on the pick and roll, which opens up some room for the easy basket for Millsap.
Duncan high post. Picked by Haywood. Duncan kicks to Roy. He feeds it to Haywood. And stolen by Scott. To the inside. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket for Millsap.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
Finally got themselves in the trenches. Momentum completely shifted now. We've got a tight one here in the final period.
14 feet away, and it's good for 2. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Hardaway dishes to Scott. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. They set the screen. Again, Millsap missing. Denver leading by 3. Miller outside. Good on the triple.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Hardaway kicks to Millsap. Dishes to Stojakovic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's on Mike Miller. Free throw good, Stojakovic. And the Nuggets with some changes. Hudson comes in for Miller. And Stockton subbed in for primetime.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Duncan with a screen on Hardaway. Duncan up on top. Outside Roy. Over Scott. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And that one falls for Roy. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Outside, Scott. Goes up at the stripe, and the jumper is on the mark.
Now is not the time to be giving him that kind of shot.
Well, there never really is, but you're right, especially coming down the stretch of a tight game. He's a guy you got to pay much closer attention to defensively.
Kept alive. Second chance shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Byron Scott picks one up. First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. Pelicans trail by 5. Hardaway with it. Scott kicks to Hardaway. Back to Scott. 5 on the clock. Off target from three-point range. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And here's Haywood. From about 16, Byron Scott pulls it in. On the wing, Stojakovic gets the three-pointer to fall. Stojakovic has got 18 points now here in the second half.
I mean, this guy is unreal. What a show.
Here's Roy. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Millsap a screen. To the middle. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. The Nuggets leading by 4. Now here's Stockton. Duncan with a screen on Hardaway. Stockton passes to Duncan. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Pelicans trail by 7. Now Hardaway down low. Here's Lanier. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Tim Duncan picks one up, and he makes the first. No good on the second free throw. The Nuggets have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Stockton kicks to Duncan. Roy against Scott. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hudson. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Lanier's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Stojakovic against Hudson. Outside Hardaway. With a step back. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Well, you see the excellent skill set, and this is when you want to make an impact.
I feel like there's an uptick in the intensity as well. Fourth quarter, and it's closing time.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Stojakovic with the 3. That shot misses, and it's Denver the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. It's off to Oklahoma City for them after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Hardaway dishes to Scott. The pass to Lanier. Outside, Scott. Millsap's against Duncan. Lead away, count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Millsap.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Hudson the pass to Haywood. Over Millsap. Haywood, no good. Pelicans trail by 7. Scott with the ball. He's picked up by Roy. Outside, Scott. Millsap a screen on Stockton. Scott kicks to Millsap. Again, Millsap missing.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Hudson. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Roy's got 3 assists now in this one. New Orleans gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Kicks it to Millsap. To the paint, stolen by Haywood. Inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Three-pointers to Stojakovic, and it's Denver with the rebound. Outside Roy. Duncan with a screen on Scott. Roy dishes to Duncan. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Tim Duncan.
He's got to be thrilled with how well he shot the ball, Kevin. Good on almost 60% of his shots. That's what I call an efficient performance. And a team loves having someone that dependable they can rely on.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry said to his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Haywood with a screen on Millsap. Here's Duncan. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Pelicans trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the inside. Going by Roy. Hardaway against Stockton. He kicks it to Hudson. Picked by Haywood. Pass to Duncan. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. New Orleans has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And the shot goes in from Lanier.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
Duncan, a screen. Hardaway against Stockton. Haywood kicks to Hudson. 6 to shoot. Over Stojakovic. A nice shot by Hudson. Hudson's got 24.
I give some credit to the screen out there. That totally freed up the shooter to take advantage of that look.
Here's Hardaway. Duncan with the block. But they'll get another chance. Lanier, that's good. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Roy passes to Stockton. Pass to Hudson. Clock at 6. Here's Stockton. Got a hand on it.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of 2 is good. That trims the lead to 6.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're down by 8. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .29 seconds left in the fourth. To the inside. Here's Stojakovic. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Stojakovic has got 35 in the game, and he commits the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 2 shots. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. On offense, here are the Pelicans. Baker kicks to Jones. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Stockton passes to Nixon. So we see Denver get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor.